Everyone, long time no video, long time no scene. It's been a while. Actually, when was the last time I actually posted a video? It's been a long time, and I'm sure everybody, because no matter how little or small I think my account is, there are people who actually benefited from watching my videos on YouTube, and I know I've gotten business from watching, from preparing, making these videos. So I don't even know what happened, but I have been away for good, for making myself better, and I believe in this video you'll be able to get the whole story of where I've been, what I'm doing, and why that change was necessary. So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Winnie. I have missed you guys because I know there are many people who have come back to this YouTube channel to watch the various videos that we posted before, why Airbnb is a good choice of business, why, how to invest in Kenya, which counties are good to invest it in Kenya. And I know many of my clients have come back to say, oh my goodness, I watched this video and it's really helped me to understand the Airbnb market in Kenya. So thank you very much for always coming back and watching our videos and sharing our videos. It's good. Change is good and change is inevitable. So in this video, I will definitely tell you where have I been, what have I been doing, and what news do I have for you, my very, very beautiful clients and those who come to my YouTube channel to get information about real estate. So let us go why I quit this big market called real estate and what exactly I'm doing now. So for many years, I worked as an estate agent in Kenya, helping people manage their properties, buy homes, connecting landlords with potential rental clients, and I really loved it. Yes, I did. I did love it. I enjoyed doing it, and over time, something changed. And whatever changed, for me, one of it was the arrival of internet and social media, the arrival of developers when in 2002, when the market was open and development, the city started expanding outside and real estate just went on a boom. So with that, a lot of many things changed, and the reality is, you know, change happens whether you want it or not. Change will happen, and you are actually sometimes never really prepared for what the change will do to you. So the market became big, the market became flooded. And if you're in Kenya, or you're a Kenyan, or if you're a real estate agent and you're watching this, you know, for a long time, people were never aware of the steps or the requirements for one to take before you become a real estate agent. So as a realtor who is registered by Kenya Real Estate Agents Board, I know the difference. But there are many people who are doing real estate business and they do not know that there are certain basic requirements that you need to meet in order for you to practice real estate agency. So what does that mean? What does that mean for someone like me who has registered to become an estate agent and is practicing professionally? When this market became flooded, it meant that people would wake up, anyone, landlords, caretakers, anyone would wake up and join the real estate industry. I then realized that I did not want to be part of that chaos anymore. A regulated market that is not really regulated, and that means that for a professional estate agent who is registered, who is paying for a license, you have an office, you are catering for an advertisement, you probably have people that you've employed, you're competing against people who have no license, are not regulated. And it got so bad because real estate in Kenya is done by influencers, real estate is done by politicians, it's done by security guard, caretakers. Just basically anyone in Kenya can do real estate. So I realized I do not want to be part of that chaos anymore. I made a big decision. I stopped being an estate agent. I stopped being an estate agent to my line of thought or my frustration of being an estate agent in Kenya. Please give your comment below, and maybe you can share what exactly are you doing to navigate the chaotic real estate agent market as I share my own thoughts. So the second reason why I decided, or just explaining to you where I've been and what I've been doing, so I took a back step. I asked myself, what do people really need? And as a realtor who has been in this industry for over 2 decades, what can I bring to the table? How else can I be able to serve our clients better? Because the truth hit me hard. People don't need houses. People are not in a rush to invest. People are not under pressure. What they need is financial guidance. They need someone who can understand and see the bigger picture of their dream. Even if someone has just 200,000 Kenya shillings, they need someone who can guide them to do an investment that can last them a lifetime, an investment that will give them a genuine title deed, an investment that they can develop homes and don't get demolished after a year or after a few years. I realized that I cannot do this as long as I continue carrying the title a real estate agent. I realized that the market has become so overflooded by other real estate agents who has no respect, who has no desire for a good, ethical industry, but a desire to make commission, make their money and go. So whether it's a developer, a real estate agent, whatever level of real estate someone is doing, I realize the real estate agent is just one point of wealth. I mean, if you don't plan for your finances well, you only invest in property. I realize that probably is also the other link that is missing, that the only option that people have is to buy real estate. I realize there are other options, that instead of probably going to Malindi when you live in Kisumu to go and buy quarter acre at 100,000, you probably could invest that money elsewhere. Because the truth is, if you live in Kisumu and Malindi, that is almost 700 kilometers apart. When will you go to Malindi to look at this quarter acre that you bought? So I realized I could be that person that give clients an alternative investment option, whatever amount of money they have, whether it is 1 million, 10 million, 50,000. I realized that gap could be filled by me, and I no longer have to carry the title of a Kenyan real estate agent, but maybe a title of financial advisor. You get my point? So I realized that I could give more through my experience as a real estate agent and transition into something bigger and something better. Now, since I made that big switch, I'll honestly tell you that the switch was not only for you who is watching this video or my clients, the switch was also for me. Because having interacted with money as a real estate agent and not even having a planned retirement for myself, that switch was a bulb that lit in my head. And I started wondering how many business people work day in, day out, every day reporting to their offices and do not have any pension plan for themselves. Because for those who are salaried employees, or those who work for government, or some people even work for government, but you're on contract. So meaning you don't have a pension plan. So the switch came for me at the right time. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, change is good, change is wonderful, change is beneficial. I realized that I needed not just to help myself, but to help other people plan, help other people invest, help other people choose insurance plans that can also guide them. Because a lot of us just know that there's a way to become rich. Real estate is a way to become rich. But is that the reality? How well is your liquidity? Like I mentioned, if you have an investment you bought a piece of land that is not bringing you income. You spend 300,000 shillings to buy a piece of land that is not bringing you any income on a monthly basis, but you have to pay land rates, you have to pay land rates and land rents. Would it be better for you to invest that money elsewhere if it is the only income that you have, like it is the only amount? If you have no plans of trying to build, the euphoria that has been there in Kenya for a while, that land is the most lucrative business that anyone can get in. And I'm not saying it is not. I'm only saying that at your level of investment, do you understand what will work for you at your level? For example, as a beginner, do you think investing 300,000 shillings in land, like I say in Malindi or wherever it is, that you're not using it for farming, you are not building any rental property in it, would it be better to invest that money elsewhere that can bring you more money? So with that realization, I realized that clients appreciate honesty in the ways they need to invest. They appreciate transparency. They appreciate this education, like what I'm giving you now, when they're doing their investment before they arrive at their decision. So majority of the time, yes, we're supposed to listen to what clients desire, but sometimes it goes more than just listening to them, but also advising them. So where did I go? And what am I doing right now? This is the last part of this video, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, because I know I've taken so much time just expounding on other areas, but let me get into the last part of the video and tell you exactly what I'm doing right now and why this video was very necessary, not just for you, but for anyone that you know that might be struggling on investment matter. So to be honest, leaving a real estate agency wasn't easy for me. And I remember the first few months I kept on wondering if I'll be able to understand or even survive the change. I kept on wondering that. And it wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one. Looking back, I think it was the right one. It allowed me to grow. It allowed me to even begin and think beyond just commission, but giving my clients quality, undiluted service, quality, professional, undiluted service that is indeed lacking in the market. If you're thinking about buying property in Kenya, take your time, do your research, and work with professionals, because real estate is not like buying bread or buying tomatoes, where you can walk into a supermarket and decide which type of bread you want, or the tomatoes are all the same in the shelf. Real estate is tricky in Kenya, and because many people have been duped, and once you've been duped, some people pass it on. If you bought land and you suddenly realize you cannot get a title deed for it, what you do is to pass it on to the next person who can take the struggle. Yeah. There are people who do that. Once you realize you have a property that the value is high, because also systems are changing. The government is trying to align the system. So if you still own a property and you don't have a title deed, and there are issues with the mother title of that property, you can imagine the struggle of getting the mother title so that the property can be transferred to you. In some cases, it might be impossible, because the history of that property probably is tied to some government land that belongs to the government, and all those kind of stories. And if you're in the real estate industry, if you're my fellow agent and you're watching this, challenge yourself to raise the standards. Challenge yourself to raise the standards in the market. Let us aspire to deliver better service to our members, to our clients, because it is necessary. Learn, improve, always put your clients first, because at the end of the day, what brings money into your account, what makes you going, is that client who is happy, who probably has saved money for a long time and entrusted you that you'll guide them to get the right property. So always make sure that you give them the best. I know it's difficult. If you're a realtor and you've not thought also of having your pension fund this video is also for you. You can get in touch with me. I'll put my number and contacts on the description box if you need everything and anything. So finally, I will tell you that I did not just quit real estate, but I decided to upgrade and become a real estate consultant and a financial advisor. So I'm proud of the decision that I made, that I'm no longer just competing at the low level, but I moved myself higher and became a real estate consultant, and also I added the cap of financial advice. So thank you very much for watching this video until the end. If you're new here, kindly subscribe, like, give me a comment, and I hope that I will not go away for too long before posting another video. So thank you so much, and until next time, bye bye.